Donald Trump, our president, he kept all his assets basically when he took office and went into government. And his assets, like his business empire, he has 550 entities in more than 20 countries. And then he has his hotel in Washington, D.C. there that's used constantly by foreign governments when they come to Washington. Then he has something going now with the Chinese about doing a hotel and golf course in Indonesia. And then there's also a purchase, I think, of one of the condos at Trump Towers for $6.5 million by Qatari government. But these are just examples of a lot of things that have happened, and Congress is supposed to be watching all this. If Trump makes any money from any of these entities that he has, but if the money is made because of his job with the government, then that brings in all kind of things. Who should get that money? Because now Congress is suing him, and there's like 80 members of Congress, 200 members of Congress. They're in the suit. And they're saying they're in the suit because they're saying he's violating the Constitution by accepting foreign state favors without first seeking congressional approval. So all these things he's doing, like supposedly his daughter lately went to China and got all kind of new trademarks. I think 5 she's getting them, but they say, well, that belongs to Trump's organization. I don't know who's gonna get some of that money, because really, if he's taking advantage of him being president, I think all the people on the street, including you and me, should be getting something. Like, what is she going to make from these trademarks? I assume probably a lot of money. I know she has clothing lines, things like that. I don't even know what the trademarks are, but that's something that just happened. And supposedly those trademarks now are part of his organization. So, and the other thing that I mentioned before is the Chinese, like he has a hotel there that he owns right next to the, in Washington, right next to the government buildings, and they're used constantly by Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Chinese, and actually anybody going to Washington, D.C., I think, is going to stay at Trump's hotel. Okay, they got to have a place to stay, right? They're not going to sleep in the subway station, but then that involves money that's he's making from some of it has to do with his job from being president of the United States. And the question is, should you, me, or all these other people get some of that profit? Same way with the trademark. So it's sort of complicated. It's very complicated. In fact, this case now being filed, or in this suit, the congressional members are all in the suit as the plaintiff. They're bringing it because it's covering a lot of different things that he's done, I guess, and they want to try to rush it along, and then they're trying to set up some kind of opinion as to, in the future, what happens, you know, like he sold this condominium for $6.5 million, and I assume that was at Trump Towers to the Qatari government. I assume there's a big profit in that deal, but who gets it? Right now, Trump got it. It's in their bank account. But I think that's why they're bringing this case, to figure out if he's increasing his entities, like these 550 entities that he owns in more than 20 countries. If that's going up in value somehow, the question is, should that increase in value go to you and me? because that is money being made, and he's making it supposedly from his job with the government. And one thing he did is when he took over, like other people in the past, have put their whatever they had or their organizations in a separate company and divest himself of everything. He didn't do that. He wanted to hold on to all the assets, hold on to all the 550 entities in 20 countries. He wanted to hold on to everything. Okay, he's holding on, but then there has to be some kind of price he should pay with the profits that he makes. Naturally, if all these were put in a separate trust or a separate company and they had nothing to do with it and outsiders came to run it, then it would be, I think, just a legitimate profit and loss business. But as long as he's in it, which he stayed in it, I think him being in the United States government, head of the United States government, president, that alone brings in money. Just like all these in Kuwait, Turkey, Malaysia, Saudi Arabia, to stay in his hotel right next to where they are in Washington. But anyway, this is coming up now. It's supposed to be in court Thursday. I was thinking it's today. I don't know, maybe it's next Thursday. But this case is going to court in Washington, D.C. I think today. And there'll be two